Alright, this is the Sega Genesis Nerd giving you another video. This time I'm not going to do a game, I'm actually going to do my hardware. It's going to be a hardware review video, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's get started. I like to show off my first piece. Take this off right here. It's the Model 1 Sega Genesis. It's a little dusty because I've had this in storage in a while, so I don't really use a lot of these ones anymore. I just have them for display. This is the Model 1. This isn't the high definition graphics model. I'd like to get one though. This is the after one of that. But it's a pretty decent system. This is the one after the high definition graphics, so I think this one doesn't have the really good audio and the video that's in it. And attached to it was my Sega CD Model 2 that I have. Once again, it's very dusty. Plays Sega CD games, and mine has the spacer, so I can hook my Sega Genesis Model 1 to it without it looking funny. Just snaps into place like that, and that's what it looks like. Nice, even spaced. It's got a plate on the bottom with two screws that you would screw it onto. After that, I got this, which is my, I've had this one for a long time. This is my Sega Genesis Model 2 in the original packaging. I was walking down the road where I live one day, and there was a house down the street, and they were throwing away some stuff, and I noticed this, and immediately I thought it was just the box until I opened it up, and it was the actual system and everything inside. I got the system, which is Model 2. It's skinnier and it's smaller than the Model 1, and it only has the AV out and the power supply instead of the AV out, the RF switch, and the power supply. It came with Sonic 2. They're not for resale. Came with a bunch of controllers, and it came with a posters. That's what I was really fascinated about. It came with a couple posters. The other one I don't have anymore. I'd like to know where it went. It's somewhere in my room, but right now all I have is this one, which is the Welcome to the Next Level poster. It has all the displays, like all the games that were coming out at the time, displaying the Sega CD Game Gear with the TV tuner, the Model 2 Genesis, and the arcade 6-button controller. And on the back was the Jurassic Park game poster for it. So I thought that was pretty neat when I discovered that. That was in it. I got a couple of 6-button controllers in it at the moment with the RF box. I just keep this on display. I don't really use this one. I used to use this one a lot. I don't use this one anymore because I got my CDX model now. I use that for pretty much all the game reviews and gameplay in general because I like that model the most. It's portable, it's small, and whatnot. Okay. After that, I have this model, the Genesis 3 model. It's the smallest one out of all three that are owned. This one doesn't have the, you can't use the Sega CD or the 32X. It's not compatible with it. This one's made by Majesco. Basically at the end of the Sega Genesis's life cycle. It was made near the end of it in 1990. Let's see here. I want to say 1997 because that's when the Sega started dying out and everything. Noticeably different from the rest of them is this one is just a straight power switch with a little color indication instead of like this one, which has a power on it and hard reset button. It's probably the least popular one out of all of them. I'd have to say it is, because it's not as good. It's portable, but it's just not as good as like the Model 1. Okay, after that, I guess I could show you. On eBay, I found this, which I thought was really neat. Is the Sega Channel adapter. I had Sega Channel when I was younger, when it was freshly popular and everything. I used to play Sega Channel a lot, and then they dropped the service, and we had to give our adapter and everything back. And then when I started collecting a lot more on my Genesis, I looked on eBay just for giggles, laughs and giggles, to see if they had a Sega Channel adapter on there. And fair enough, they had one on there, and it had like I think 10 minutes left on bidding, and there was only one bid on it, and I outbid them at the last second, and I got it for $10. These things go for like anywhere from 50 to 100 just this part, which I think is really neat. I don't have the power supply with it, but I can get a power supply that will work for it, and I've tried it before, and it still works, but it doesn't, you know, you can't play the games. It just shows that screen that says, you know, can't find a signal and whatnot. I think it's really neat that I found that on eBay and everything. After that, I guess I could show you this. Is my boxed Menacer Light Gun with the Terminator 2 game included, and I also have the Menacer 6, or the Menacer game, or whatever it is, that has like 4 games in one or something like that. It's kind of taken apart right now, but it's got all the pieces included with it. It's got the sensor here. There's my box Terminator 2 game that came with it. Piece. My Menacer game is... oh, it is my box. I didn't know. My Menacer game. I can't really do a review on the Menacer Light Gun because the TV I do all my reviews on is LCD. So, but I could probably put this together really quickly. Ignore my dog. You'll hear my dog barking in the background. See if I can still put this together, because these things had problems. Busy. I'm right back. Okay, sorry for the delay, but anyway, this is the Menacer Light Gun complete with the scope and the stock and everything. Can't show you right now because I don't have a regular TV. But turns on, still works and everything. Got it relatively cheap off eBay. That's that. And then the last thing, I guess, a couple last things I could show you is my boxed Lethal Enforcers game. It comes with the not only the blue Justifier gun, but the pink Justifier gun as well, which is relatively rare online. So I got both of them, and I thought that was pretty cool. It came like that on eBay for like $30. That game alone, or that gun alone, goes for like 50, 60. Not even kidding. The game. Has a poster with it as well. It's pretty interesting. On the back, it displays like different games, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Hyperstone Heist and Tiny Toon Adventures. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool find online. And then the last thing I guess I can show you, my RetroGen portable. This is an aftermarket machine. It's a handheld. It takes cartridges. It's not as good. The sound quality isn't. The pitch is off, but it charges with the USB instead of a battery, and it has AV out on it as well. I guess it's slightly better than the Genesis Nomad, but it's not as good. The Nomad drains battery power like you wouldn't believe. And then you've already seen my CDX 32X, so I don't have to show you that. So anyway, this is the Sega Genesis Nerd saying, give me subscriptions, and my friend's an asshole for flicking off the camera. Thank you, Dave. Subscribe and leave me some feedback and some comments. Thank you very much.